bad. We're pecking in those new videos today. Right, what you got for me now?
All right, the next album up is the first album by the reformed UFO, and this is called Misdemeanor.
Ago, didn't they?
Well, they actually split up about 3 years ago on a deserted road to Greece somewhere. They all finally had enough of each other and got sick to death. This is pretty much a new band. Paul Raymond and Phil Lynott are still there, of course. And I have to say, I think this is one of the best albums they've done. Well, one of the best albums, better than a lot of the albums they did before they split up. I think they might just go back to where they were 3 years ago and become huge again. It's a good album. Get it. Find out for yourself.
Right.
All right. Now, this is the new album by Y&T from San Francisco. Now, I know you go there a lot because you're a mate of Huey Lewis's, aren't you? Yeah. You ever heard of this lot?
Yeah, I have heard of them, but I haven't heard.
Right. You heard of Journey?
Yes.
Imagine they're little brothers. This is who this is here, Y&T. This is their...
from San Francisco.
Yeah, they're all from San Francisco. It's a good album. It's their first one for over a year. And again, it's like vocal harmonies, strong melody, tinged with hard rock. It is attuned to the radio, but you can get off on it. You don't need much to bang your head to this. It's good stuff.
And it's down the...
Down to the count. Down for the count.
Down for the count. Y&T. And here they are, actually. Y&T now with All American Boys. Glamorgan is a big heavy metal.
There's a brand new single out called 19. Now, the first thing I want to say is I know Robin George, who's been in the studio once or twice, plays guitar on it. Yeah. I know Paul Hardcastle produced it and did all the rest, and he's never been in the studio, and I doubt if he ever will be in the studio. How did that come about? It's an unusual pairing.
I just wanted to experiment with production, you know. I thought one of my criticisms of, say, heavy metal music or heavy music at the moment is that I think the productions are very bland and, you know, they're all starting to sound very similar. And I wanted to try some sort of dance mixes with rock music, you know, and just to experiment, see what happens. And, like, I mean, if you can get Van Halen playing with Michael Jackson and, you know, ZZ Top doing dance
You've done this a lot in your past anyway. I mean, you had Midge Ure in the band in Thin Lizzy when Thin Lizzy was going. You worked with Nick Kershaw's drummer on the Gary Moore and your single Out in the Fields, and now you've got Paul, I mean, of all people, Paul Hardcastle.
Well, one of the main reasons was the title, and plus we're under the same management sort of umbrella, you know.
Why did you call it 19? You could have called it 16.
Well, I had it written, called 19. I was in a bar in Texas, and these Hells Angels walked in. And this guy had 19 tattooed on his arm. They must have been the 19th chapter of the bike gang was called 19. And this guy came in and he hit the bar and he went, "I'm bad, give me a beer," you know. So I gave him a beer. And that was the inspiration, I thought, 19, you know, the aggression. And my song is about the aggression of being 19 and, you know, you're a man but you're a teenager and have all this. So the whole thing is very aggressive. And like with... and it was the same when it came to making the video. I just thought I'd make men and machines instead of all this.
All right, well, we're going to see the video a bit later on in the show.
Yeah,
First of all, let's have a look at Out in the Fields with Gary Moore. Out in the Fields, Phil Lynott and Gary Moore. Now, Phil, the last time I actually saw you play was at the Hammersmith Odeon a couple of weeks ago when you came up on stage with Gary Moore and did that.
Yeah.
Are you and him going to do any more records together?
Yeah, well, we've... that was the last time I seen Gary, because he went off to Europe then after that, and I was too busy to do some dates out there. But we planned to do the follow-up to Out in the Fields for January.
What, do you know what it's going to be called yet?
No, I mean, we've got to get together.
You mean you've actually written it yet?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I have, and maybe he has.
Because I've got a couple of good numbers myself at home I can give you, you know, if you wish.
Well, we're looking, you know, right to this address. And I'm going to release my second solo single then, and then I've got to get a band together.
Is the second solo single going to be with Paul Hardcastle again?
I doubt it, you know. I mean, that was one experiment. Now I'll just try something else, you know. And again, I haven't decided what that should be either. But I've to get the album then together and a band together for March.
You're actually going to get a band together?
Yeah, I want to go on the road. So Brian Downey's going to be in the band.
From Lizzy?
Yeah, and I haven't decided on the others yet.
So when can we actually see you playing again on the road? Because it's been a long time now.
Yeah, well, it should be March, hopefully.
March?
Yeah.
All right, we look forward to it.
All right, Wally, you're such a rat. Honestly, 5 minutes I go to make a phone call and you do my interview.
I'm sorry,
I want to
Amanda.
talk to
I
him.
couldn't wait to have a chat.
You'll have to come back again when he's not around, okay? Let's put your video on now. This is Phil Lynott, 19.